All right, greetings. Welcome back to Black Rare News, where everything is connected. How y'all doing? Let me know if the sound's okay, or if it's too loud, or I don't know what's going on, but I have to increasingly turn my microphone up, the headphones and the level of the microphone, in order to actually hear like something's going. It's over. It's over. Are you just saying in general it's over? It's all over. All right, we're live on YouTube, Odyssey. Kate's on Odyssey, says this should be good. We're live on Substack. Got a couple people watching on Odyssey, a couple people on Substack, a couple people on Good Sound. Okay, Good Sound. As long as it sounds good, maybe it's just me, just having a harder time hearing. It seems like the sound quality or volume is lower and lower. I should be getting the views, not Jim Brewer. Not Jim Brewer? Okay, I'll take it. Am I funnier than Jim Brewer? Jim Brewer's pretty funny, I guess. No, I actually like some of his content. It's just, but if you're saying I'm funnier than Jim Brewer, I'll take it. Although I don't know that I'm very comedic in this here presentation. What happened? Lots of stuff over the weekend. Thanks, by the way, Yona. Is it not been? It's been a while since I've seen you in the chats, Yona. I got better information and more pertinent. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I've been trying to say this for a long time. But the people that know, they know. It's why, that's actually the reason why YouTube is squashing me so hard. The reason why I'm so squashed, and people don't believe that I'm squashed. People are like, are you talking? Are you serious? Thanks. The reason why I'm so squashed is that they're afraid that people might actually be watching me and understanding things that people might be knowing. And the worst part is, I think I tried to dispel some misinformation while also giving you Better information? I don't know, man. Thanks, Bella. Thanks. Uh, all right. We're looking at a cartel leader was taken out, and there's so many theories, conspiracy theories, prognostications. We don't really have all the information. You are one of the most squashed people. I watch as many of us squashed people as I can. Thanks, Yona. I am one of the most squashed people. I'm very squashed. I'm extremely squashed. It's okay. I take it as a compliment. Mexican drug cartel boss El Mencho tracked through romantic partner. Well, he was taken out over the weekend. And it's a big deal. The U.S. had a shelter-in-place order for Americans in Mexico. And this is a pretty big deal. It's not easy to take out a cartel boss, and people fear the backlash. It sparked a wave of violence across western Mexico. Mexican authorities tracked down and killed El Mencho by following a romantic partner to his safe house. You got to always watch. You always got to watch your back and the romantic partners because they could be selling you out to the CIA. I don't know. Depends on how well you know them. And they got intel from the U.S., apparently. He was a former police chief, which is, if you're familiar with how corrupt the police are in Mexico, it's not far-fetched. You can apply that, we're not just talking about Mexico. You can apply that. You can apply that to so many countries, right? Probably the U.S. too. I heard somebody talking about how somebody talking about living in Los Angeles, in certain parts of Los Angeles, and they're like, you can't, there's crime, there's violence, there's gangs, and the cops are their own gang, so you can't trust them. And it's true. There are gangs within the police forces of Los Angeles. The raid on Sunday prompted a surge of retaliatory violence by cartel gunmen, which all but shut down entire areas of western Mexico. Defense Secretary Ricardo Trevilla Trejo said that El Mencho's bodyguards opened fire on the military as it encircled the cabin in a wooded area outside the town of Tapalpa, about 80 miles southwest of Guadalajara. Gunfire forced one helicopter into an emergency landing in an echo of a failed 2015 attempt to capture him, in which his gunmen brought down a helicopter with a rocket-propelled grenade. Fighting continued as El Mencho fled the cabin into a nearby forest where he was wounded and captured. He died while being transferred for medical treatment in Mexico City. Aside from El Mencho, 7 of his men were killed in the firefight, while 2 soldiers were wounded. Rifles and grenade launchers were seized. The operation immediately set off a wave of violence across Mexico, with cartel gunmen blocking almost 100 major roads, torching vehicles, and lashing out at security forces, especially in the states of Jalisco and Michoacan. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. So apparently it was a joint operation between Mexico and the U.S. although U.S. forces were not necessarily involved. It's interesting, though. You don't really know whether the U.S. is and Mexico are actually in cahoots or against each other. You would never know based on particular subjects and at particular times, right? Sometimes he's already been replaced, of course. I'm sure he has. And knowing that there has been a long-standing there's been long-standing cooperation between the CIA and drug cartels, or intelligence agencies and cartels. A lot of corporations, act a lot like cartels. You probably couldn't tell the difference. One's legal and the other's illegal. So you don't really know. Maybe this guy just did something he wasn't supposed to do, and he was on, he got on the naughty list, and they took him out. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't playing ball the way they wanted him to play ball. Anyways. While the killing may relieve pressure on President Scheinbaum from Trump, it will also create a cartel power vacuum. Scheinbaum has previously criticized the discredited war on drugs strategy, in which military action often triggers major violence only for new cartel leaders to emerge. Chris Dalby, an organized crime expert who has written a book about the Jalisco cartel, said one of the biggest questions now facing Mexico was who, if anyone, would fill the dead criminals' boots. If no one can, if the CJNG finally splinters, you have 4 or 5 different lieutenants with manpower, the weaponry, and criminal empires to build their own fiefdoms. That could plunge Mexico into almost record levels of violence, etc. Sticks and Hammer is on the run. Really? What does that mean? The poisoning of the salad bowl. I mean, I think that's been an ongoing story. We're going to poison all the salad bowls because Trump has just put a few pesticides on the national, protected list. We talked about it last week, didn't we? Hold on. But he classified glyphosate based herbicides as critical to national security. There's another one, dicamba, which is on the list. Also, all of these things are linked to cancer, to a mental impairment, problems in children. It's wild what they're doing. These are things that are already barred and already on the no list. I think in Mexico as well. I think recently Mexico made a move to block the use of these things, as well as like GMO seeds. GMO corn. What's up on Odyssey? Zucchini or butternut squashed? Zucchini or butternut squashed? Your butter not squashed if you know what's good for you. I don't know. If I don't laugh at my jokes, who will? I mean, it's just freaking wild. This is some of the most toxic. Oh, PFAs or PFAS. They're going back on removing the red dye from food. Oh God. I think PFAS is on the list too, or PFAs, however you want to say it. Just insane, like stuff that people have been fighting against and fighting to get legislation against for decades now. Decades. Trying to, and the thing is that they weren't making progress before. I mean, I don't know if progress is being made before. There's, the corporations seem to hold more power and seem to hold all the cards. They, these things were not protected, but certainly not illegal. And they were fighting tooth and nail to have any kind of legislation or awareness around these things. And now Trump just handed them a big old fat gift at our expense. Where are the wealthy getting their food? I wonder. Are they eating from the same food supply? Doubt it. Another big story was that Howard Lutnick's Cantor Fitzgerald, Howard Lutnick's ex-firm, took opposite directional bet on tariffs, and that the tariffs that were just recently struck down, they made money on the tariffs being struck down. Which is just absolutely wild. So on top of Howard Lutnick, lying and being in the Epstein files and lying about being an associate of Epstein and lying about being involved with Epstein, on top of all of that, now there's questions about, insider trading. Amid online claims, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's sons, Brandon and Kyle Lutnick, senior executives at Cantor Fitzgerald, could benefit from the Supreme Court's tariff ruling. A firm spokesperson told Newsweek that it has never executed any transactions or taken risk on the legality of tariffs. Oh, no, we would never do such a thing. The Cantor Fitzgerald spokesperson added, any report suggesting otherwise is completely false. The firm's response comes as online posts claimed Lutnick's sons would come into money over the court's decision, some claiming the firm made transactions effectively betting on the legality of the tariffs. Many of the posts relied on a July 2025 Wired report that said Cantor Fitzgerald and Company was exploring trades tied to potential tariff refunds, citing internal documents the outlet said it reviewed. Well, let's read on. Traders at the firm's investment banking subsidiary, Cantor Fitzgerald & Co., say they have the capacity to buy the rights to hundreds of millions of dollars in potential refunds from companies who have paid Trump's tariffs. Guess who will not get refunds on the inflated prices that we paid for everything? That's right. We won't get refunds. The companies will get refunds. We won't get refunds. Howard Nutlick, yeah. Lawmakers later cited such reporting while inquiring about potential conflicts of interest. Cantor Fitzgerald said the Wired report is false. That's that. But I don't take that as something we can just bank on as fact. The court did not address whether companies or individuals would receive any refunds for the billions of dollars they have paid in tariffs over the past year. The Supreme Court. Despite Lutnick's outspoken support for tariffs as Commerce Secretary, Cantor Fitzgerald has drawn scrutiny over the Wired report that said it explored deals that would let investors profit if Trump's tariffs were struck down in court by buying rights to potential tariff refunds from companies that paid the duties. In a letter reviewed by Wired last year, a Cantor representative reportedly said the firm was willing to trade tariff refund rights for 20 to 30% of the duties companies have paid. So for a company that paid $10 million, they could expect to receive $2 to $3 million in a trade. The representative wrote per Wired. So it sounds like they were looking at this, if not doing it. We have the capacity to trade up to several hundred million of these presently and can likely upsize that in the future to meet potential demand. The letter also stated, according to Wired, we've already put a trade through representing about $10 million of IEEPA rights and anticipate that number will balloon in the coming weeks. So they did put a trade through. Erica Chase, a spokesperson for Cantor Fitzgerald, told the outlet in a statement at the time, Cantor is not in the business of positioning any risk or taking views in litigation claims against tariffs. Bullshit. All right. Well, it's gotten the attention of Democratic Senators Ron Wyden and Elizabeth Warren. And they did crash the bullion market. Yeah. That's your refund, Malcolm? Silver exploding? Well, maybe so. Just curious. I didn't look at silver today, but just curious. 88, not bad. Up from 60s, in the 60s. Gold is spanking right now, so not doing too bad. I should have bought it 66 or whatever it was at. Should have bought it 70. I don't know. So Malcolm, where do you expect it to go? You're expecting another short, like a short shorting of silver? I wonder how low. How low can it go? I'm going to wait for another one. There might be some March madness, right? Hoping maybe there's another one that'll take it down to like 40. If it goes down to 40 or 50, I'm in. I got you, Malcolm. I got you. Anyways, there are senators questioning this whole move. I don't know. But it looks like there's plenty of legs, even though they're like, no. That's just deny is always the PR move. The best PR move in every situation is deny, or just say nothing. as low as possible. I hope back to 30. Yeah. Oh my God. If it went back to 30, heck yeah. Yeah. If it went, if it goes down to like 30 or 40, I'm selling stuff. I'm selling things to buy some. But not right now. Not at 88, I don't think. Okay. This is a wild story. It was in one of the Epstein leaks. It was basically admitted that they made a body double to sneak Epstein out of the something like that. A body double to divert people from the path when Epstein supposedly killed himself, which actually adds fuel to the fire, don't it? Don't it add fuel to the fire that maybe he's still alive? I think he's still alive. I think he's in Israel or somewhere, but or maybe he's on his island. I don't know. I don't think but this is crazy. This pretty solidly firms up the idea that maybe he wasn't, maybe he's somewhere else. Was a fake body used to mislead media after Epstein's death? What newly released records reveal? The documents disclosed as part of a large release of investigative material, including memos and interview notes describing how jail officials allegedly staged a decoy operation to divert media attention while Epstein's body was removed. Ha ha ha. Newly released official and there was the Reddit post from somebody who allegedly worked in the prison who was saying there was some funny business with vans and people being moved around in the middle of the night and how it was all highly unusual. So there's that. Newly released official records have brought fresh scrutiny to the chaotic hours following the death of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in a New York jail in August 2019. The documents disclosed as part of a large release of investigative material describe how jail officials allegedly staged a decoy operation to divert media attention while Epstein's body was removed. And they just had one laying around, They just mocked one up real quick. The disclosures add another layer to the long-running controversy surrounding Epstein's death. According to an internal memo dated August 16th, 2019, a jail supervisor told FBI agents that officials devised a ruse to deal with a large news media presence gathered outside the jail once Epstein's death became public. The aim, the memo states, was to draw reporters away from the actual movement of the body. The memo records that several jail employees used boxes and sheets to create what appeared to be a human body. This decoy was placed into a white van labeled as belonging to the office of the chief medical examiner. Media crews reportedly followed the vehicle as it left the jail, believing Epstein's body was inside. Hardy har. Good Lord. There they are, best buddies. I believe you, Chad. Yep. Yeah, I don't think Elaine's in jail. Doubtful. Oh, they already supposedly moved her, right? They moved her. They moved her into a vacation jail in Texas. Supposedly. Oh, yeah, for sure, Malcolm. And I think that's why everything is happening. One of the main reasons why everything is happening right now is that the climate is unraveling for sure. Ben Lockwood, sounding like pretty much all the conspiracy theories. They want to kill you. Training a human takes 20 years of food, Sam Altman on how much power AI consumes. I mean, come on now. I mean, you're equating the power that AI takes to what I mean, come on. You're not again, they're leaving a lot of out of the equation, which is ridiculous. He's probably just thinking about the raw power, and I'm sure that the water used to cool the data centers is outstripping human use. It is currently. It's well on its way to outstripping human use. Humans are told to save water, while AI, just gets to use all the water that it needs because I don't know, national security or something. AI is going to be the last of the one of the last of the technologies that they try to tell us are going to be is going to be great for humanity is going to rocket into equity and productivity or something like that, and sustainability. That's what they were telling us. Remember when years ago when there were a bunch of think pieces about how AI was going to solve the climate crisis for us. Yeah. And here's the reality. There the bugs are going away. And this is something that you can actually just see. You don't have to read this online. You don't have to debate this. You can just take, you can just pay attention. Kind of like they've already started geoengineering, right? They've already started the geoengineering, and you don't have to actually go online to discover whether you don't have to debate people or go on Twitter. You can actually just look at the sky and see that they're already geoengineering. It's obvious. Um, and like you don't have to do pretzel logic around it. You don't have to do pretzel logic around climate collapse and the fact that there's no bugs anymore. You just have to actually listen or see that there are no more bugs on your windshield as you drive around in your cars when there used to be all the time. And now there are not. Um, yeah, they used to have those fancy bras, right, for cars to keep the bugs off your grills, out your grill. The bugs are gone. Yeah. So are the frogs. Even blackbirds are missing in many places on my island. Yeah. I just, I was at my girl's house and uh years ago there used to be a plethora, a cacophony, if you will, of birds singing and chirping and chirping and singing. And there are very few, if none, now in a place where there used to be. It reminds me of my old house where I used to live, where there used to be a cacophony of birds singing and chirping, doing their thing every morning. And as the years went on, they got less and less and less, until the last few years when there was rarely the bird sounds, and the bugs went away at my house. First, it was the June bugs and the bees. And then it was the crickets, because the crickets were pretty much year round. Anytime it was over 65 degrees, the crickets would start doing their thing. And in the summertime, the crickets were, got mad busy. And in the last 2 years where I lived, the crickets stopped. I stopped hearing the crickets, period. Until, well, I think the first year until late in the year, I didn't hear any crickets until like August. And I was like, what? The silence is deafening. And then you wonder why the birds, are disappearing, because the bugs are disappearing. The bugs and the birds start disappearing. And then what happens? Not long after that, some other animals start disappearing. Oh, what? You say we're an animal? Yeah. You don't have to believe me. Like, you can say, no way. I don't know. Just pay attention. Go outside and pay attention. Do you notice less bugs than before? If your answer is yes, and I bet you that 99% of the people on the planet will go, yep, I have experienced that. Well, then it's true. If you notice that the birds have stopped chirping, oh, yeah, well, yeah, I have experienced that. Yeah. It's not a debate. It's not really a debate. I mean, I'm not saying like science is settled or anything like that. It's just not a debate when you actually observe something that is actually happening and people can confirm it from multiple points. Then it's not really a debate anymore. It's like, yep, this is happening. I observe this. My friend observes this. Joe over in Ohio observes this. We all observe the same thing. Yes, we can confirm there are no bugs anymore, or way less of them than there used to be, than there should be. That's a confirmation. That's not, you don't have to really wonder about that. Go on Twitter or Substack or anywhere else and debate about it. You just observe it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We already talked about this story. Here's Gavin Newsom just stepping in it, just absolutely stepping in it. And he is such a dork. Gavin Newsom is such a wooden, like, not cool person, if he's a person at all. But here he is telling a black audience that he's just like them. He can't read very well. What? What, dude? What?
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy.
What does that mean? I'm no better than you. Bro. Bro. Yeah. I mean, this is most likely the guy that's going to go up against whoever it is in 2028.
And and I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there. If you got,
and I don't know what he's saying. Like, this is cringe, like, on so many levels. It's hard to watch.
940. but literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech.
Oh my God. It gets worse.
Maybe the wrong business to be
It
in.
just keeps going.
I'm not, I'm
Oh
not
my God. This dude. This dude. How is he even still around? Like, I mean, this guy, it should be. I mean, he faced a recall at one time. Can we do that to the president? Can we have a recall? Can we recall the president? We can recall a governor. Can we recall a president? Come on, man. Yeah, Yona. Yeah, yeah. No, he's there. Oh, you scratch any of these people just a little bit, scratch any of them, like Democrat or Republican, scratch them just below the surface is freaking supremacist, white supremacist, whatever, just not fucking, just no freaking clue. Mainly it's just I'm better than you. I'm better than you. People are dumb shit cattle, and we can do the bear. We don't even really have to try that hard to convince them to vote for us. Because it seems to work. People are hideous. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. How we doing, people of Odyssey? Got some people watching on Odyssey. Cool. they're trying to run out. Oh man, you guys, I was down by the beach yesterday. And I guess not. I was down by the beach and there was this like Iran protest. I was like, God dang it. Like a protest for Iran, like, come on, Trump, do something. We need to help the people of Iran. I was like, oh my God, I'm stuck in the middle of a sea of morons. This is how you know that we're absolutely screwed, is that there was a huge like gathering of people. Maybe they're Iranian nationals. I don't know. Expressing concern about the people of Iran and expressing we got to go do something. Like, okay. Yeah. It was fucking pathetic. And I had to get out of there as soon as I could because I was like, I don't know if you people are like, maybe you're for real. I suppose you're a real people. But there is just no end to the amount of, knuckleheads out there that want to support like getting into a war with Iran. Are you kidding me? How many beaches are closed indefinitely? I don't know. That's like Mexicans cheering for CIA drug cartels. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I was just like, wow. Is this a real thing? Is this a real march protests. Like I would just, it just was like, I don't know what's happening, but it's pissing me off because I just want to shout out that, you people are insane. But you can, again, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of, wealthy ex-Iranians who are into the U.S. going in and, giving them some democracy. I don't know. Iran is a week away from bomb grade material. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Didn't we bomb all the material out of there? Oh, no, we didn't get it all? Oh, darn. Oh, they're still close? Oh, great. Newsom is the Democratic version of Trump, basically. Trump with a better hairdo. He comes from the, one of the 6 families that have ruled California for hundreds of years. One of the reasons I left Cali was because the politicians made it to where you can't even bring your dog to the beach. Yeah. No. They have been a week away from bomb grade material for the last 30 years. That's facts. They're almost there, guys. And if they get it, watch out. It's the end. The end, I say. Whoa, what's happening there? James Lee, how many times are we going to keep falling for this?
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year. It could be within a few months.
They have the wherewithal, the stored up, preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly if they wanted to do it.
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from
so
having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6 months away from being about 90% of having the enriched uranium for an atom bomb.
Iran is gearing up to produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out.
Iran will be capable of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year.
You guys, we got to do something. We got to go help the people of Iran. Iran. Yeah. I know what we'll do. We'll go down to the beach and we'll have a march about it in Santa Monica. Okay. Are you people crazy? California leads the way in like the number of crazy rich people live here. I don't know. Is there another state that has a plethora of crazy rich people? We could name a few, but California is pretty big. People with like a lot of money and they get a wild hair. They want to do all kinds of stuff. They want to think all kinds of things. Oh, and look at this. Netton has the key to the what? To the White House? What? No.
Given by myself and the First Lady to the Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel. And it's a key. We call it a key to the White House. And it's a key to our country and to our hearts. Given by myself and the First Lady to the Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel.
Good Lord. I'm sad. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. Newsom is related to Pelosi. He's in one of the clubs, the club. I guess it's not. There's not many. There's one. There's one. It's a big club. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. Yeah, Voltaire. Certes, we have the secret. And who are you not allowed to criticize? Jawohl. You're not allowed to criticize the Nazis. I mean Zionists. I mean Nazis. Trump is full of Bologna. Guys, if you like the show, if you want to support the show, if you want to support this show, there are lots of links in the description box. Oh, nice. I'll check that out, Gene. Thanks for the link. This video talks about all the technology that has been buried for the sake of product. Oh, this is dumb history. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna check this out. Thanks, man. If you want to support the show, there's lots of ways to support the show. Lots of links in the description box. There's all the usuals are there: Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-Fi. You can support at Patreon. You can support at Substack. All the places. And to the many people that support the show on the regular, I appreciate you. You know who you are. I'm probably going to do a music stream tomorrow, like a loop stream on Kevin Sandbloom YouTube and Kevin Sandbloom Instagram, and also Kevin Sandbloom, the #1 Patreon. Kevin Sandbloom, the #1. So tomorrow at noon, I'll do a little loop stream. Okay, guys. Somebody, let me see. Lord Balfour, and Lord Balfour. Newsom reminds me of Farage in the UK. Really? He reminds you of Nigel Farage? Both bumbling fools pertaining to. Oh, right. Claiming to be one of the lads. The key to America goes to Milikowski. Yeah, I mean, it's a little on the nose, don't you think? We're like, yeah, you guys already run the joint. Here's the key. It's like a little, just like very, yeah, very on the nose. Yona, it's just go if you're on YouTube, it's just at Kevin Sandbloom, my name, and then all actually the link to the Patreon is in the description box too. My music Patreon, Kevin Sandbloom #1. It's there. They are entitled to peaceful use of nuclear tech for medicine, scientific research, and have a fatwa against WRTs. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Here you go. Yona, I'll post it for you. Here's the YouTube channel. And then Instagram at kevinsandbloom. But here's my musical YouTube channel right here. Pow. Pow. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, that's not it. Sorry. Wrong channel. Let's see. This is it. This is one says that Kevin Sandbloom. Here you go. That was wrong. Here you go. There you go. YouTube / at Kevin Sandbloom or / Kevin Sandbloom, whichever you like. You're gonna end up there. All right, guys, that about wraps it up for me. I really appreciate you joining in, tuning in, hanging out, chatting, doing the things, talking shit. I do appreciate y'all. So hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow on the music stream. If not, I will see you on Thursday for another episode of Black Bear News, Thursday at noon. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Yona, Bello, Malcolm, Chad. Victory was here a lot earlier, I think. Kate. Lord. Thanks, guys. Peace and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Until next time, beware the bear.